Okay, good morning, children. So, this is the lesson that is Independent India, the first 30 years. That means after independence, which we got on 1947 till 1977. Within this period, that is 30 years, what all development took place in our India, that we will be learning in this chapter. So, first we'll have a glance at this chapter. That means what all you will be learning. In the early years of independence, that means when we got the independence on 1947, during that 2 years, many angels like many angels means many great personalities like maintenance of unity and integrity were there. There were also other challenges like social and economic transformation and to ensure the successful working of democratic system. That means when we got the independence before the government, there were many challenges, many problems like social economic problem. That means the economy was totally crashed. And another one was how to lay the government. That means there was no government before that. You know that we were having the monarchy system of government and the British was ruling our country. So before the after independence, these two new challenges which the government faced. Third one is India adopted universal adult franchise at one go. That means one go means at a stretch. They declared that India will be having a first rule. What is that first rule? Universal adult franchise. That means if you have crossed 18 years of age, you can go and give the vote or you will be having the right to vote. The next one you see, the first elections were difficult as most people did not know how to read and write. Yes, because that was a period where many people were illiterate. That means they don't know reading and writing. So to held the election, it was a difficult task for the leaders, like how to make the people understand that this is the symbol for the person that you have to give the vote. Next one is the election commission. Use the symbol from daily life for visual identification. That means in independence India, first three general election, that is in 1952, 1957 and 1962, the Indian National Congress won, reducing other participants to almost nothing. That means the first after independence when we had the first election. So what they did, because they know that Indian people are illiterate. To solve this problem, the first time they have used a symbol, like certain symbol for all the political party. And all the three general elections which was held in 1952, 1957 and 1962, Congress has come up with highest majority number of votes. The next one you see, among the first challenge the new nation faced was the demand for reorganization of states on the basis of language. This is a very important point because before independence, that means when Britishers was ruling, that time our India was divided into 535 princely states. So it was a big task when we got the independence for our leaders. The first challenge was this that many princely state it's not possible to rule. So what they did, they have to reorganize. That means on the base of language, the complete India was divided into certain states. That means all the princely kingdom was demolished, and on that place, based on the language, they have divided the states. That means every state got their new name. In August 1953, the States Reorganization Commission was appointed with Fazal Ali, K.M. Panikkar and Hirendranath Kunzru as members to address the issue for formation of states on the basis of linguistic principle. Linguistic principle means on the base of language, the states will be divided. So who all were the main leaders? Like you have seen in the screen. So these many members they held the meeting and they decided that On the basis of language only, on that principle only, the states will be divided. And then it created 14 states and 6 union territories. But now it is changed into different states. Planning commission. A commission was set up to plan how to solve all that problem and how to conduct the election and all, was set up to dissolve the diversion of the caste and religion, community and region, and other disruptive tendencies. That means to solve all that problem, a commission was set up. Next was the first 5-year plan focused on agriculture. That means when we got the independence, government was set up. So the first 5-year plan, whichever government comes, they come for 5 years. Okay, whichever government, they'll be coming for the period of 5 years. So that first 5-year plan, that means the first government, they paid their attention towards agriculture. Now here is the point why they paid toward agriculture, because the condition of India was very, very critical. Before also I said you, during the World War, India was completely busy for war and all. So they completely neglected the agriculture. So the first 5-year plan, they paid attention on the agriculture. Now first point, you see demand for state reorganization, the first problem to be solved. In India, state reorganization was done on the base of linguistic. Again, linguistic is nothing but language. Based on that principle, state will be divided. Other ways in which we could form states may be culture, ethnicity, and economy. That means if the culture is quite same, like you see Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, almost the culture is quite same. So that was another this one point to divide the state. But history provides proof that even nations could not survive on cultural and ethnicity economic base. Okay, so based on culture, they found that that is not the only point to divide the states. Nationalist movement leaders accepted the principle of territorial reorganization of the on a linguistic basis. B, Baroncity country. That means now not simply divide the state based on the territorial organization. The next one is the diverse elements of Indian culture are chiefly represented by the languages of India. And the last one is, so no other basis of reorganization would not have been fared better than linguistic reorganization. Many points was given that so and so point can be the for division of the states. But lastly, it was accepted that they will not agree on any other point, only except the language. That means language, wherever the same language people, the what state will be declared. Next is social and economic changes. That means after the independence, the first task was to improve the social and economic condition of the people, because these both were very much important to develop India. Many measures were taken to bring in social economic change during the initial years. Initial years means starting of when we got the independence. Planning commission was set up, as I said before also. Set up for what? How to develop the country, how to solve the problems of the country. Planned development would dissolve the diversion of caste, religion, community, and region. They want to solve this caste problem, which was very much present in our India. Then religion. Everybody were fighting for the religion. And about the community and region, this problem has to be solved. So they paid their attention. It also helped India to emerge as a strong nation. They want to make India as a very strong nation, and they want to bring some changes for our country. The first 5-year plan was set up, and they focused on agriculture because it was completely destroyed during the British period. The components of social economic change were, first they want to improve the agriculture. They did many land reforms. That means many changes was made in the land. Next is the local self-government, because it is not possible for the government to go to the village or to the rural area and to develop them. So they established a local self-government body that they will look after the village people only. And the last one is again agricultural cooperative. Many cooperative societies were set up to develop the agriculture or to solve the agricultural problem. Planners felt, that means the people who are making, I said no, they had made a community which they will plan for our country. They felt that it was essential to develop industry and increase employment in service sector. Not only agriculture, they understood that it is very much important to develop industry or to set up the industries also. Then only they can solve the problem of employment which is present in our country. Now next is in the second 5-year plans, focus shifted to industry. Yes, first 5-year plans, I said you, they paid their attention towards the agriculture, how to increase the production, how to solve the irrigation problems. Next 5-year plans, they paid their attention towards the industry. That means food problem was solved. So next they paid their attention to industry because they want that everybody should get some job. So this will be solved only when industries are established. 3 types of land reforms were contemplated. That is abolition of zamindari. You all know that before the independence in our country, zamindari system was very much present. So what they used to do? They used to give the loans or the money, and they used to lend money at a very big amount to some farmers, and in turn they used to take a huge rate of interest. So whenever the farmer was unable to pay the interest, these people, they used to take over their land. So later it was found that some people, they became big zamindar. That means the people who are holding large acres of land. So this, when we got the independence, so this problem has to be solved. So what they declared, zamindari system will be completely stopped. That means whatever the land till now they have snagged, it will be given back to the people, the land which belongs to them. Tenancy reforms and land ceiling. That means anybody is not having the land, they can take the land for rent. Cooperative were to bring economic of scales and also provide valuable inputs. And the last one is dams were constructed and were useful to both in agriculture and industrial sector. Dams was constructed. That means slowly India was in the development procedure. Next is the Green Revolution, which our India paid much attention to Green Revolution. So now Green Revolution already you know, to pay attention towards agriculture. So the result was what happened to our country? Increase in double cropped area. That means our production was increased. Progress in irrigation sector. That means they gave much attention towards the irrigation, as our country was totally dependent on rainfall. So to solve this problem, they paid attention towards the irrigation. Next is increase in per hectare yield level. That means they paid attention towards the good irrigation facilities so that the production will increase. Increase in net sown area, increase in the area under high yielding varieties. That means different varieties of crops was produced, and increase of the use of fertilizer. The first time fertilizer was used to increase the production. Now you see land reforms. Land reforms were, however, implemented in a half-acre manner across India. While zamindari system was abolished, redistribution of land to the landless did not take place. That means zamindari system was completely abolished in our country and the land was given to the farmers. The rich and powerful in the rural areas continued to control most of the land. The Dalits continued to be landless but benefited from abolition of forced labor and abolition of untouchability. For the first time, forced labor, that means the labor, if they are hiring the labor, they have to pay for them, and untouchability, that is Harijan, this was abolished completely from our country.